Everyone, my name is Cassie Schmidt, and this is my final project, and it's for the lean process improvements. My kind of project is organizing my work desktop and creating a share drive to keep things better organized and more universal for everybody in my position. So I chose to use the 5S tool to clean up my files and folders on my work computer. I chose this as my project because I feel my desk is disorganized, as so are my peers. And so, with that being said, our computer files create more work. It's an efficient use of my time. I spend a lot of time searching for documents that I've saved, and we spend a lot of time recreating the wheel, so to speak. So, by working and saving documents independently. So, my really hope for this is that we can maintain kind of a more cohesive, clean saving of files and sharing files. So my project statement, the main problem to be identified and resolved are inefficiencies with saving and organizing vital documents, and to find a resolution to better the quality of work and be more efficient in the work we do. So my project goals, I want to streamline the document saving processes for me and my peers, set up periodic cleanup dates to maintain efficiencies, and then work with my stakeholders to develop an online group sharing portal to house our documents and have kind of that ease of access, so that we can all access the same documents and that we're all sharing them in kind of one spot. Those documents that instead of emailing back and forth or saving independently on our desktops, we all have instant access to all of those. So my project stakeholders are myself and then my work peers. So Joe and Denise share the same position I do. We are divisional operations coordinators, and we oversee 6 to 7 different district offices. So you could imagine we handle a lot of documents, a lot of emails, a lot of saving of different files on our desktops. And so I'm really looking to streamline again those processes. And then my direct supervisor, Yvonne, who oversees Joe, Denise, and myself, is also a stakeholder in this project, as she's going to be the one to give the final approval and really let me implement this on a much bigger scale. So the 5S Lean tool is what I chose. It will allow stakeholders involvement and then a checklist or kind of a document that allows us to stay kind of organized. And then it will allow the periodic check-ins to ensure that all processes are being followed, and then ensure we are saving the most important documents and purging those are not needed. So I really like the 5S tool because it just has the 5 steps. That's the way my brain works. In this process, I started with step one and then went through all of the different steps, and I really just felt like this was going to be the best tool to use for this specific project. So this is the before, and this is just my desktop. I have a really horrible habit of saving all of the files that I need to email or that I have to sign or that I'm working on my desktop. And it becomes clustered. I spend a lot of the time searching for the file that I need to use. And a lot of these are just files that need to be deleted and that I'm not even working on anymore. It's kind of those one and done. And it's a habit I've been trying to break for a long time. And so, really, I feel like the 5S tool is what's going to help me break that habit and really conform to a more organized process in the future. The next one, so step one is the sort process. So, the goal in the sort process is to reduce problems in my workflow and improve communication between coworkers, which are my peers and my stakeholders, and then increase productivity. So you can see here, here are my documents that I went through and organized and sorted. And I have it broken down by office, kind of my how-to forms. 2016 and before, I have worked at this organization for 6 years in 2 different positions. So I have a whole lot of files. And I really needed to just organize those and simplify those. There are some that I have to keep that are only useful to me. So I kept those in a separate folder. And then for 2017, I created its own folder for those documents that just belong to me as well. And this was the before. So you can see I kind of did those backwards, but you can see if I switch between the two that I really did narrow it down. You can see before there are some colors there. I tried to organize it by color. That didn't work. I didn't follow that process. So I kind of went again. I should have had this one first, but you can see the differences there. So in step one for the sorting, I did lay out, instead of how a lot of people were doing the 5S tools with the different piles, I kept different folders. So I had a keep, an upload, a delete, and a my documents folder that I could sort into and really have those be the foundation of the sorting method. So step two in the process was to set it in order, and the goal of this step was to eliminate waste in motion, eliminate waste in searching, and then eliminate waste of human energy, all of which I think are vital for efficiencies. And I really did want to eliminate those waste and prove that taking out some of that time we spend just wasting looking for files, clicking in 1,000 different spots, and searching, that I could be more efficient. So you can see my desktop after the second step here. So after I set it in order, I put everything into one of the 5 folders there. Actually, it's 4 folders. The project folder, which will eventually get deleted. I was working on my work computer for this. Normally, I would work on schoolwork from my home computer. So this is kind of the finalized clean desktop. And then the cleaned up folders, which you saw before, I had it kind of in the wrong order there. You can see that I cleaned that all up as well. And it all went into the kind of specified folders. So step 3, this is actually going to be step 3 and 4 is the shine and standardize steps. So this is the goal of this is to keep everything in order and then to integrate the sort, set, and shine. So what I did in this step was to create an online on a OneDrive that we have in our company. I created a shared folder, and it's going to be shared with my peers as well as my supervisor, so both of my stakeholders. And that will allow us to work off of these folders together. I can share it with all of them, and we all have access and can update and move folders there. So we're working off of one kind of shared drive. It's automatically backed up. We don't have to use a flash drive to back up our computers anymore. All of our kind of vital documents are going to be right on here. The step 5 was to sustain and standardize. So I want to make a habit of maintaining correct procedures and then use discipline to avoid defaulting back to my bad behaviors. So what I did here is I set up a calendar reminder. I read in the textbook and a few other sites as I was looking up the 5S tool, they said to sweep and clean on a daily basis. That is just not realistic in my job. So I did set up a calendar reminder for once a month that will allow me first thing in the morning from 9 to 10 spend 1 hour kind of doing that set in order and cleaning and shining for each month. And so you can see here on my calendar, I set a reoccurring calendar invite. And that is also sent to my peers as well. So we can spend that hour together, kind of collectively going through files, making sure we're staying on top of everything, and that we are uploading to our kind of shared drive. So that was the end of my presentation. I hope you learned something, and I really hope that this allows me to kind of get rid of those bad behaviors. And thank you for watching.